reporting live from the second row. And we get to see Kyle. I'm so excited.
Hey, it's your broads. We're calling our squad who loves Broadway, the Broadway Broad Squad. We hella love musicals and we review them all day. It's Jen and Sarah, your fairy god broads. Hey!
Places!
Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're the Broadway Broads. If you're new here, welcome to the Broadway Broad Squad. Squad, we are live in New York City.
We are with
Allison from Alamo Magic.
Yay!
Oh, Allie, I'm so happy you're here.
Yep. Yay!
It's always epic when
Yes.
we're together.
It is.
Yes, it is. Yes,
And we
it
get
is.
a lot less sleep when Allie's here.
She keeps us young, I
Yes,
gotta
she
say.
does. Yes, you do, Allie. Thank
Yes.
you.
So, Squad, this review is for A Strange Loop, playing at the Lyceum Theater.
There you go.
Oh, yay. So before we get started, we just have to mention, we had the privilege, the honor, really, of having dinner with one of the Thoughts, who happens to be a friend of ours, right? Jason Veazey, and he's Thought 5. And so we just really got to spend a little time with him before the show and chat, and just what an honor. And then to get to see him perform.
And
Come on.
And he's just such a lovely, lovely person. We had so much fun. It was lovely. Yeah.
This is a new theater for us, right?
Yeah. So we got to see new theater, and it was the Lyceum. I'm saying that right? Am I saying that right? Quest for 41. We purchased these tickets. This is actually the show that we bought tickets to. That we bought them before we even knew we were coming.
Right.
So yeah, that was pretty epic. And we saw 8 p.m. show on Friday night. We sat row A, which in this theater, row AA is the front row. We were in row A, so the second row. We were in seat 102, 103, and 104.
On the aisle.
Sorry, 101, 102, 103. That was the seats. There you go.
So a quick synopsis for the squad about the show. Michael R. Jackson's blistering, momentous new musical follows a young artist at war with a host of demons, not least of which the punishing thoughts in his own head, in an attempt to capture and understand his own strange loop. It's about a black queer man writing a musical about a black queer man who's writing a musical about a black queer man who's writing a musical about a black queer man. And I was here for all of it. So getting into the theater, masks again are 100% required. However, they were not checking vaccinations. So just so the squad's aware of that. We headed in and they had merch.
As soon as you walk in, literally you hang a right and the merch booth is right there. I got this really cool strange loop lapel. And then of course we had to get Jason's magnet or pin.
Yeah.
So that's
It was
Jason's.
hard to pick.
It was, I know.
I mean, of course I wanted his, but they had one for each thought and they all had really fun quotes. And I was like, well, if I'm not going to buy them all, I'm not going to buy any of them. But I did want that. They should sell them as a set.
They should, yes. They probably will. They probably will.
And hopefully more merch, like Thought merch, right? Could you
Yes.
imagine that? Yeah, that would be very
And squad, hang till the end because we did get an extra lapel pin to give away, as well as we have something from Alamo Magic. Yeah.
So the lobby's pretty small, right? We got in there, it's tight. There is a bar in there. It was not a dry theater, so you could enjoy a cocktail if you so desire. So then we headed to our seats, to the second row, and
they were fantastic.
Yes.
The usher was adorable. He did let us get a couple extra playbills.
He was
He's
very
like,
nice.
I'm living for it. You get as many playbills as your heart's desire. Which
leg
is
room?
adorable.
What about leg room?
Leg room was fantastic. Roomy. Yeah, we had plenty of room. And we did have to look up. They were close, but it's fine by me.
That's not something that bothers us.
Not
if that bothers you, just know second row you are going to be having your neck up. Yep. All right. Okay, squad. Let's dive into the technical stuff, which was flawless. A lot of moving pieces, right, of the set and everything. But let's talk a little bit about costumes. How'd you guys feel about the costumes?
Well, before costumes, when you walk in, it says Strange Loop on the screen.
Yes.
And you noticed it.
Well, it's like a typewriter font, so you're essentially watching his play that he's writing. Like it's implied that
His
this is the
musical.
title page
Yeah.
of his show.
Yes.
But it's really cool that they incorporated it as like the front curtain facade thing.
And you even said it was like typewriter font.
Yes,
So I was
it
like,
was
oh,
so
that's so
cool.
true.
Yes.
That's so true. So yeah, we just had to mention that. So costumes.
Yeah. What do we think about the costumes?
I loved it. I loved that they were all like each thought had their own personality in their costumes, but it's all the same color, like monochromatic,
The tone,
purple, lavender.
I thought they were beige. Maybe I'm colorblind, but I thought it was more of
they
a
were definitely
beige
purple.
sand. But really, I didn't get
That's the
purple.
power of lighting.
Yeah, the
I think
power
so,
of lighting.
yeah. But loved it. I loved the individuality of each one of theirs as well. I loved Usher's shirt as well. Love that. And then costumes. So they did have a few costume changes when they changed into different characters or personas. But the robes.
Yes.
They
The
have fire
robes,
robes.
yes, and the gloves, they were sparkling. I even told Jason that they looked like Swarovski crystals, and he said, yes!
Yeah, the
So-
lighting with that and that
And then,
number
like,
with the gloves.
oh, gosh.
Oh, stunning. So
Speaking
lighting
of
inside.
lighting,
Yeah,
I
lighting
was just
sound.
going to say the piping around each of the I think that's what they were. They were each compartmentalized, right? Each one of the
Yeah.
thoughts were in their own compartment. But each one had like piped lighting around that would change. And I know we both, when the rainbow came up.
Yes, and I was like,
oh, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
So the lighting was spot on perfection with that.
And the sound.
And the sound as well. And you hear me constantly. I'm like, oh, I can't hear whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The band was perfect. It almost felt like the band could have been turned up, but I'm glad it wasn't because I heard every single word, and there was a lot of words.
Yeah, and from the second row, it was super balanced. Like
Yes,
I never had to be
felt
like, what?
one
Yeah, it
was over.
very clear,
Yeah.
very, very clear.
Very much.
So the set, again, ton of moving pieces, right? Things are coming in, coming out, moving forward, moving backward. Obviously, we don't want to spoil some of these amazing transitions for you guys, but I was just impressed by all of those moving
And
pieces.
we get one huge set change, like about an hour or so into the hour 40-minute show that literally we both went.
I was like, wait.
What is going on here? Yeah, it was, oh man, chills.
Let's get into some standout performances.
Yes. Oh my God. So as soon as we got to our seat, I like opened the playbill and we found out that we had Jaquel's understudy Kyle for Usher, and I was very excited because I love understudies.
Me too.
It's always such an honor. Like, I agree. That was what a treat. So let's talk a little bit about Mr. Kyle and his performance.
First, the vote. Well, okay. So the acting impeccable, the monologues impeccable, but the vocals.
I'm like, look at.
I was gonna take off my clip-on ponytail and throw it on the stage. I was like,
there were plenty of times.
Yeah, after he just like poured it all out, then he hit those high notes too, and it was like I literally went ooh.
And there's like almost no indication that he can, like, of course he can sing like that, but there's no indication that he's going to sing like that throughout the whole show.
Yes.
And then when he does it, yes.
And his arc throughout the show. I mean, from where we start with the little xylophone, I'll say that,
It's
right?
very innocent and cute,
Sweet.
like very sweet.
And the journey he takes us on, the strange loop, you know. I mean, it was remarkable. I mean, and
I honestly didn't know that it was going to be that hard to go through his trajectory, and it was hard, and I still have a lot of questions. And I'm a grown ass woman, and I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, his performance was stellar.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about these thoughts.
Shall we?
Yes,
please.
Okay. So thought one was L. Morgan Lee.
Yes, she was.
I mean, for me, the entire show, but the moment toward the end of the show, there's a scene between L. Morgan Lee and Usher, right? And or Thought One and Usher, and I was brought to tears. Like my mask was, a diaper.
like shiny, like oh my God.
Yeah, it was incredible, incredible.
And she's up for a Tony.
Yes,
And
Broadway debut.
Broadway
Her
debut.
Broadway debut, and she's Tony nominated.
Tony nominated for featured role or
Featured
Feature actress. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. And we got to see that performance. And we basically watched her. Yeah, I mean, oh my
And
God.
she's been with the show since the beginning.
Yes,
That's what Jason
yes,
told us
yes.
as well as Jason. Well, all of the cast has pretty much been with
She's
them.
also
most
the
of them.
first openly trans actor to be Tony nominated ever.
Ever.
Which I'm like, well, that needs to change, but I'm glad she's the first.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
gosh, so deserving. That performance really
Well
amazing.
done.
So let's talk about thought 2. This is James Jackson Jr.
Oh my god.
The saunter. I mean, he didn't have to say a word.
No.
Like he
And just even the looks too.
The way
And then-
he walks into the room or whatever on
Yeah.
stage, he just like saunters in and then like roast
Roast
Usher,
you.
says something super rude,
you know,
and then walks away.
Doesn't even need to drop a mic because he just did it with the words.
Oh
And then there was a few times where, because we were in the front, there was a few times where we got those dog look to us, you know, and I'm like,
Yes.
oh, so good. So good.
Absolutely. Also, his Broadway debut. Can you believe that? I mean, I just wow.
And they seem so well. I mean, they've been doing it for a long time, but they're so good at their role.
And you can tell they're very much attached to these roles because the majority of the cast has been with it since like its inception 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you can tell because they've gotten these characters down.
Yeah, they
Like,
share that space so well together, and they're not like spread out. They're all around Usher like the whole time, so they have to be aware of each other constantly.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about thought 3. This is John Michael Lyles.
Oh my gosh.
The opening number, he was giving so much.
Oh, he's giving show face. He's giving connection with the audience.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
oh my god.
But then the acting really showed through when he had to play one of the grinder guys.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
And he did this whole like muscle thing, and I was like, "Yep, I know that guy. I
and
know that
and
guy."
the agent as well.
Yes, yes. Without giving too much.
Yes, I know.
don't wanna-
We really don't want to give too
We
many
don't
spoilers.
want to spoil, so we're trying to be cautious of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about thought 4. This is John Andrew Morrison.
Mama.
Also Broadway debut, also Tony nominated.
Rightfully
Rightfully
so.
so.
Rightfully so.
I wanted to bitch slap her sometimes. I wanted to hug her other times. I mean,
But just like, and it wasn't giving, I mean, like, it wasn't giving, like, man in a dress either.
No.
Like, it was,
no.
like, he really, like, you know, I don't even know, I'm speechless. Like,
So we'll say this, you know, he plays Usher's mother, right? You know, and the number that he does, it stops the show. Like, you know
It
what I mean?
does.
Like, it really
Yes.
does. It's like a showstopper, and I totally understand why this man is nominated for a Tony. Absolutely. And watching that, I mean,
Yeah. She broke my heart.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Like,
God. Oh, my God.
broke
That
my
scene.
heart.
well, there's so many times in the show where, like, you think a scene is one thing and then it immediately changes in a second, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he nails it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about thought 5.
Jason!
Jason So again, we had the honor of spending some time with him, and
Before and after the show.
And what a treat just to get to see him on stage, from the opening number to all of his scenes.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about them. So I think Allie, you talked about like his subtle choices in
yes, he, like, the way that his character is, like, it's all in, like, the subtle choices, or, like, the looks, or, like, he, like, when he just acts, like, with his whole body, like, with his hands all the way down to his fingertips. And
I did notice that too. I even said to him afterwards, I said, your hands are beautiful.
like the way he,
like,
it
even
was so
as
good.
dad, the way he handled, you even said he handled the 40, the way he did, like,
Yes.
just so embodiment of that
Well,
character.
like, even there's a scene where he plays a character that's, like, flirting
Oh,
with Usher.
Josh Litt. We'll say that.
Josh Litt.
Mhm.
And, like, just, like, the cuteness and the genuine, and, like,
and then how it just
and that's one of the scenes that does change immediately from what you think it's gonna be.
Mhm.
So yeah.
and
Yeah.
then to love him in real life, but then to see him play such a nasty
Yeah.
again, don't want to give away, but
I have to speak on his physicality, his movement, his beautiful arms. Oh my gosh! So
we
what
got
a
to
treat.
see him in some beautiful
What
costumes.
absolute treat to see him on
yes,
stage.
yes.
Okay, and thought 6, played by Antoine Hopper.
Well, just in
From the
combination,
opening,
with Antoine and Jason,
Yes.
they carry the bass and the low notes of like the harmonies, and just like
which are needed and
So
appreciated.
good.
And we're sorry if you can hear it's just raining. It's like
It's
storming
If
here
you
in
can
New York
see the
City
lighting
right now.
change,
Yeah,
there's
the
no
lighting just
sun.
changed. I look like I'm ready to tell ghost stories here. The lighting totally changed. So sorry, but New
It's
York City.
pouring.
I know it is literally pouring down.
So
Okay.
Antoine,
So-
his dancing. Can we
Yes,
talk about
his
that?
dancing, his slapping his own ass, and just the way, like everything about the way that he looked. And then our light just went out.
I was like,
Well,
wait,
that's
is it
okay.
church?
It was.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. And then we just have to speak there. He has a scene, what we'll call it Inwood Daddy. We don't want to give too much away in this scene, but we, all three of us, really, that scene did something, right? I mean, we'll just say that the trajectory of that scene sort of takes you places.
It's just I'm sure like different people like received it in different ways, but like anyone who is black is definitely gonna receive it in a different way and make it them feel different than like if you're watching it. And it's I don't think I will be able to stop thinking about that scene for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine, but it made me very uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
It's what theater's supposed to do.
Yeah, that like it.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable in a way that I'm like, wow, like this is powerful, like uncomfortable yet powerful to watch. So rightfully, you should be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And just watching it unfold and not knowing and questioning, it was incredible.
Yeah, afterwards I even said, I was like, I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions.
Well, that's like also like
that's
the pivotal like tonal shift. Like it's
Of the
kind
show,
of like
yeah.
it's kind of like leading to that point, and then that is like full stop. Like, oh wow, like and then
Agreed.
yeah.
All right, squad, we had to fix the lighting with it raining outside and our light going dead, so we're back, part 2.
We are back.
We are back.
So let's get into standout moments of the show. I mean, we'd be here for a few hours if we talked about everything. So
We would just tell you the whole show.
the whole show. So opening number.
Yes, it sets the tone of the show. It kind of like, it's not outright, like it's out there, but like enough that you're like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna get, and then you actually get so much more.
Oh
So.
my gosh. Yeah, and that's where we meet the thoughts, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's, it's that, I agree. And then we also had the grinder scene.
Well, so not only the costumes and the way that it was all like set up, but then just the whole his monologue that Usher has to talk about during that whole scene as well was just it stood out. It was definitely, and then it led into our next standout moment. Go ahead, Sarah, take it away.
Josh Lit. Again, when Allie mentions this about how scenes, it seems like it's going to go one way and then it doesn't. And this was definitely one of those.
Yeah,
It's the first one. It is the first one.
Yeah, where you feel like you're like, oh, something good's gonna happen to our character, our favorite guy, right? Like you're thinking, no, and then quickly that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so that definitely was a standout for
A
us.
pivotal moment.
And then AIDS is God's punishment.
I have never seen anything like that ever on a stage, on any stage.
And it's something that everyone should see. I think it's such a powerful number. It literally threw me back in my seat. I remember physically being like,
I literally was like, and then there were people like, it felt like you were in a church, and there's people in like the audience that were like, like, you got the, snapping, like interacting, and then at one point they like are like signaling to the audience like to clap along, and then those people are not on beat, but everyone was doing the best they could,
including me. Sarah even looked over.
How we doing?
How we doing, Jenny? How we doing?
No, but that number, oh God, it was another showstopper. I mean, it really, all three of us were just.
I know the whole thing. That was the big set transition.
We talked about that number for a long time.
Well, like the whole number, and then all the way past the song to the like.
The conclusion.
Of the scene is, and like I don't know how. I wish they could like perform that. Like I think it'd be a perfect number to perform out of context, like on a talk show, because then people are going to be like, what is this show about?
Right.
I'm going to see it because it's that crazy that like you're gonna be pulled in if you just see that number out of context.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just so well done. So that I think that's our big standout moment.
Absolutely.
Yep. So what about favorite song of the show, ladies?
So I have to give it to the AIDS is God's Punishment. That was definitely mine.
I mean, I did like Inner White Girl, but I've been listening to Inner White Girl since like they posted it like on TikTok, and I was like, this is relatable content right here because I like went to like an all like white high school too, so I was like, oh, I'm like kind of triggered by this material, but yeah, I think Inner White Girl is like I find myself singing it like throughout the day.
Oh, okay.
Like.
Mine is intermission song because that whole big black queer essence. I mean, I was like,
true.
I am in the most perfect place, right? I am exactly where I need to be. Yes. So
I have arrived.
Yeah. Like
this is where I need to be.
And it was the first song.
Yep.
Well, they have a shirt with that on it, and I was like, when we were walking out, and I was like, I want it so bad, but I didn't get it, but I mean, there were so many, and I think it's fantastic that we had different songs for all three of us, because sometimes we'll pair up, like, we'll think the same one.
So I am curious, Squad, if you've seen the show, comment below your favorite song. Would love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, here's the big question. Repeat attend or not?
Hell yeah.
Okay, but we tried.
Okay.
Yeah,
we may or may not have considered
trading one of our rest of our shows in the next couple of days. We did actually go and look.
We did. We went
was
through the
sold
motions,
out.
and it was sold out.
We even tried the lottery, but the lottery had already closed.
Yeah.
So we may have thought about dropping a different show to go see it again.
Like that's how much we wanted to repeat attend.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
It's giveaway time. If you would like to enter the giveaway, please be sure to read all the rules in the description box below.
And what you will get is, again, we're going to pick one winner. You will get the Strange Loop lapel pin from the show. You will also get an Alamode Magic sticker, exclusive, and the Playbill. Yay!
Oh my gosh.
So in order to enter to win this prize pack here, please fill in the blank. I think Strange Loop is going to win blank Tonys.
All of them.
I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
Squad, thank you so much for
Allie,
joining us.
Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad we got to see this with you, and we will see you on the other side.
Curtain.
That was a fun video.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
I had a great time. What did you guys think?
Yeah, did you guys love it? Did you love it? Huh? Well, if you did, guess what you should do?
You should definitely like it.
And you should subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you know every time that your broads drop content.
Yay!
We'll see you on the other side. Bye!
Bye!
Your fairy god bras, hey.